ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Washington football team. And off we go from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tannehill. And he's got his target, Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They run the counter. It's Harris. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run for it with Harris, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what do you try to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Gets through, and now an opening.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And this is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown! Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next is Washington 14, Broncos 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Going to let one fly for Robinson. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Give me some. 24 is the mic. We ain't giving up nothing today. 24 is the mic. 12. 24 is the mic. Better bring it.
Now it's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. He gets it complete to Harris. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Tannehill. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Off play action, Tannehill. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep it
under pressure, and they got to him again. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
We're paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks. I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
11. 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
12.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Burrow. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here we go. Ready? Right up.
Now Chubb running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Burrow on play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Slam, slam, slam. 11. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Cut. 11 MT, tight.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie.
You got to love
And
it, baby.
he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Tyree Gillespie.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Broncos 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
They'll run again with Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's brought in by Harris.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Harris. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Again, it's Harris.
And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now Burrow loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Trucks over him, powering his way forward. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Tannehill going to throw it.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Tannehill. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Fighting through, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Running for it, here's Chubb. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.